Hello, welcome to a new video. This week we are all about preparing for my first Open Studios event. So lots of footage of me varnishing, framing, doing mounting and all that fun stuff. So I hope you enjoy watching. So a quick explanation to those overseas. In the UK, there's a pretty much nationwide thing called Open Studios. Each area is organised by a different group. It's not like a national thing or anything. So they're often called something slightly different. So in Somerset, where I am, it's called Somerset Art Weeks. In Kent, which is the one I'm getting ready for in this video, it's called Southeast Open Studios. I know in Brighton, which is quite an arty town, so it's just one town doing an event, it's called Artists at Home. Or is that London? Am I getting them mixed up? Anyway, so you get the idea. And what they are is various different amounts of time where people open up their homes or their home studios, or sometimes their studios away from home, and yeah, the public just go around. It's free for the public to go around visiting. And here's me packing up one of my books, Echoes of Spring, and signing it and getting it ready to post off. So yeah, if you'd like a signed copy, there is that option on my website. I'm afraid the postage is a little bit extra if you are overseas, so you may prefer to get it from Amazon. If you're a Prime member, that might save you some money. But yeah, a little reminder about my book, Echoes of Spring, out now. Oh, that looks really good.
Oh wow.
Oh, the colour's good.
They are.
They look good as a print. It was so hard to choose which paper to go for.
Okay, well that's good. I like it's slightly textured.
Yeah.
Not too shiny.
It was meant to have an appearance of oil paint, which I think it kind of does. Yeah, those colours look good, don't they? That looks just like... That colour's spot on.
Yeah.
They look good.
They do. They look really good.
So it was a lot of work getting ready. I'm so glad I did actually start with plenty of time, because I generally leave these things to last minute, but I was determined not to be too stressed. I still was stressed, but at least I wasn't stressed about running out of time too much. Yeah, there was just so much to do, including writing on the back of every single painting, and that involved me flicking through my notebook. Good job I keep one. So because some of the older work I couldn't remember the year, so I write the title of the work, my name, the year it was created, and the medium used, including the type of varnish, so that when I'm a world famous artist after I'm dead and the conservators are cleaning my paintings for the museums, they know what kind of varnish they need to remove and replace. Well, you never know, do you? You never know. Who knows what would happen after I'm gone? So yeah, that was one of the jobs to do as well. My desk is an absolute mess at the moment because I have been very busy measuring everything and making notes of sizes for mounts, backing boards and plastic sleeves to put some of these paper pieces in. They're all such different sizes, it's just ridiculous. It's taken me about 3 days to do all this. You'd think it would be quite a simple, easy job, but no. You wouldn't believe how many mount board frames you can buy, but no matching mount boards to go at the back of it. Backing boards rather. Oh, it's just been a nightmare. I knew it was going to be a nightmare. I've been putting it off, but today I made my order and hopefully over the next few days everything's going to arrive, and then I can start putting some of this together. So yeah, I did want to have some pieces on paper to have some more affordable pieces, and also I think some of the stuff that I used to do, actually that's my pile of things I'm not going to sell over here, but this is the pile of older work that I still think is pretty good, and you know, there's probably somebody that would like these on their wall. Chris has just got home, you know, at a pretty good bargain price. So some of my old watercolour landscapes are really quite pretty, I think. So yeah, I'm going to mount these all up and have them for sale, and hopefully their rightful owner will come along and claim them. Yeah, I've got someone down here as well. They just look so much better with a mount on. I mean, look at the difference. It makes such a difference. So that's why I'm finding all the mount boards. So I've been writing all the details on the back of every painting before I put the backing board down. This one I had to go and get the book because I couldn't remember the title. Of course all the titles are in the book, Echoes of Spring, if you haven't got your copy yet. I'm so happy with these frames, and everything just looks so much better with a frame on it. Hello, just quickly interrupting this video to let you know I have written a blog post to go with this one. So if you would like to know why my painting was taken down the first time I ever exhibited my art, then please do sign up. I'll put the link in the first line of the description below, and I'll be sending the blog out with an email on Thursday. So don't forget to sign up to Letters from a Fairy Tale, all completely free. Tape dispenser with some magic tape. Look how narrow that is.
What is it?
Double-sided clear adhesive tape.
I don't know what it's for.
Double-sided tape for taping down for framing and things.
Okay.
Like when I've got I was expecting it to be normal tape size. What can you do with tape that thin?
Well, if it's really sticky, it'll be alright.
These are meant to be 3D stickers. They're just photos
3D
of 3D stickers. They were still £6 or something. There's my backing boards for my prints. There's my frames for my prints. Unless someone put in a review that they came folded, you just don't know. Let's see if that's good enough. No. Not by a long way. I'm sure these aren't normally that flimsy. We opened the first Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Jane opened the middle Friday, Saturday, and as you are watching this, I'll be getting ready for the last days that will be open, which is Thursday the 18th, Friday the 19th and Saturday the 20th of June. So please do come along and visit. If you are in the area, I would really appreciate it. No obligation to buy anything, just come say hello, have a cup of tea and a piece of cake. I'm making the cake this time. I think I'm going to go for a lemon cake, but don't let that put you off if you don't like lemon cake. So all of my 16 by 20 pictures are now framed up, apart from one which I wanted to tweak a little, and there's some more in this bag here. So those are ready to pack up and go in the car. all in their own bubble wrap bags. We've also got 4 12-inch square frames. They're really bulky. It's a shame they're so bulky. That's going to be difficult. And my florals I'm leaving unframed for now. We'll see. I might get more frames in the future before the next Open Studios. That's where I've collected all the glass. It's a shame these frames came with real glass because I just don't need it. And then outside, the weather has changed. Summer has arrived, like 2 days after winter. That happened a couple of years ago as well. There was just no spring. Just went from winter to summer. And this is my little workstation outside. So that order that you saw me unpack, the Perspex stands were absolutely no good. So I've had to buy, this was my test run. It's so clear, you can't really see it. That is good and sturdy. So I have had to pay a fair bit of money for a pile more of those for standing my paintings on the table. These are good plate racks because they are tiered. I just put one together. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use these for yet, but that's going to be useful for sure. I've done lots of mounting. So all of these, oh, these were done before actually. I've been doing more mounting and backing. I added backing boards. If you're watching, Sarah, I'm sorry I didn't do a backing board to the paintings that you bought. That was lack of experience on my part. I thought that they would be fine in just a frame, but in hindsight I have added a backing board to these to give the paper more protection when framed. So I went through and did those yesterday and wrote on the back. So I'm about to pop all these in their cellophane wrappers. It's windy. I hope I can do this without everything blowing away. So yeah, it's been a busy week and I think it's going to be a busy week ahead. I've got a lot more to do. I'm still having a few heart palpitations over the amount of money I have spent on this Open Studios. Not only the fees for taking part, but the amount I spent on framing and mounting and varnish and all that sort of thing, as well as a few other bits and pieces that I needed. So I hope it's going to be an investment worth making and that it will all be used in future events and will be all worthwhile in the long run. My next job is, sorry, just clearing away some tape. I framed up all of these. Do you remember these? Have you been around since my first portfolio days? So these are all my fairies, my fairy series, and I think they look absolutely gorgeous in these frames. So I just need to write on the back of them. But yeah, when you see them in these mounts, you realise that all this expense, all this outlay, I think is worth it. I think they look so good. So yes, there we are. And also, if you're wondering, to keep me company, I am listening to the Thursday Murder Club books and I'm literally just about to start the 4th one, The Last Devil to Die. I'm really enjoying them, really recommend. The ones by Richard Osman.
Kulish doesn't have the box with him now. It is quite safe though.
Okay, that's that job done. Next job of the day is I am hinge taping. I've got the magic tape ready, the backing board to the frames, and this is going to be for my prints. I can't actually tape on the print yet. I'm waiting for some more acid-free tape to arrive. Plan scuppered by the fact that the boards are slightly too big. So then I've got my guillotine and my guillotine is slightly too small. I haven't actually talked to you the last couple of days because it's just been so hot. I've been so sweaty, as you can still tell probably. It literally, did I say this already or maybe I just thought it? It just went from winter to summer. We literally had the heating on in our bedroom this time last week. In fact, when I was at Mum's last week and her heating is set low, her heating came on automatically while we were staying there last weekend. And then this weekend, 31 degrees. So yeah, thoroughly enjoying our new veranda. We've had to put this sort of extra bit of fabric up for a bit more shade. And yeah, I've been making the most of sitting outside, doing the stuff I need to do for Open Studios. So I've just finished doing all the prints. If you are interested, I got them printed at the print space and I am so happy with the quality. They're absolutely gorgeous. A bit difficult to show you the actual texture of them now because I've got the sleeves on. It's a really nice sort of, no, it's not going to show, but it's lovely, really lovely. Did Handmade pearl paper. Definitely will do that again. Yeah, very happy. So those can go away. I'm not sure what my next task will be. Maybe start framing up some of my paper pieces, I think. Okay, next job at the ready. I'm going to frame up some of these watercolour. Oh, are they all upside down? They're all upside down apart from that one. These watercolour landscapes. I think they're just quite pretty, and I think once they're framed up, they'll look even better. As you can see, I did manage to take my work outside and work on the outside table on our new veranda, which was very nice. Very nice to actually be warm enough to be outside because it had just been so cold. We'd hardly used that space out there at all, which was a shame. And then this time it was so hot because we had this random heat wave. It was just boiling, but I had to make the most of it. So I was out there. I was out there in the heat getting the work done. But yeah, it was nice to be outside. Hello again, it's the next day and I have made a mistake. I'm so cross with myself. Last night I packaged up all the watercolour landscapes into the little plastic bags, and then today I realised I haven't taken photos of them yet for the website, and I am planning these, if they don't sell in the Open Studios, they're going to go in a secret shop, and I'll tell you more about that when I've actually set it up. Yeah, I'm going to do a sort of secret shop just for email subscribers. Yeah, I can't take the photos with the plastic on, so I'm going to have to take them all out the plastic bags. Luckily I didn't use the plastic strip in the bag that the bags come with at the top, but I did sellotape them down, so I've now got to unsellotape them, redo them. I'm just going to pop them up here. I've just made a little spot on the table here because it's a bit breezy. I'm worried everything's going to blow away if I'm not careful. Gosh, listen to that bird. I'm starting to learn the birds this spring. I think everybody's got the Merlin app, haven't they? And identifying birds. We got a pair of robins close by, but I don't know if that was a robin. I don't think it was. Getting distracted. I can't remember what I was saying now. Yeah, so I made a little spot here, and I'll also probably run in and do another one on the fireplace because I still haven't put the mirror up from when I last did a whole load of photos on top of the mantelpiece. So I've just done a little setup there, and then I've got a couple of choices for the website listings. Oh, I'm so annoyed. But I'm getting there. The last batch of mounts arrived today. Oh, wait for that motorbike. The last batch of mounts arrived today, and so I can finish doing my paper pieces, and I'm just varnishing my last two big pieces, or maybe I've got one more actually, and then I can work out how to do the fixings on the back of the canvases. That'll be exciting. I also realised, which I hadn't really bargained time and energy for, is I needed to take photos of everything before it was all packaged away, because I realised when it comes home again, it will come out obviously in September for Open Studios, but I want some of this work to go up on my website, including some of my older pieces. So I needed to get the photos. The camera was working hard for those couple of weeks. So it's a new day and I'm still very busy getting ready for Open Studios. I've put plastic sleeves on all of these pieces. Not quite all of these. Some of them I'm still going to cover up the poems of these. But yeah, that one is still available. Do you remember that? Let me know if you were around when I did that one, my award-winning picture. And yeah, so we are getting there, but there's still a lot to do. I've got one, my owl, that doesn't fit in a sleeve, which is a shame. I've also framed up these two deer. This one was particularly hard to find a frame to fit because honestly, it's amazing how many framing companies, including the mounts, that don't give accurate measurements. So the canvas board that I bought isn't actually 20 by 16 inches, it's more accurate to the centimetre measurement. So my 16 by 20 frames didn't fit, so I had to find, luckily I did find one that was very specifically in centimetres. So this is just slightly smaller than 16 by 20 inches and it matches the frame for this one, which is good because you never know, they make quite a nice pair. You could imagine one on one wall and one on another opposite. And yeah, the reason why I wanted to frame these two in particular is because in Sevenoaks, which is near where the Open Studios is, there's a place called Knoll Park, a National Trust property, and they have herds of deer in the grounds. I think they're actually the wrong kind of deer. I think that's fallow deer and I think these are red deer, but never mind. I feel like these might be popular in Kent. We shall see. Quite wonky, but never mind. Good. Oh, very bright. There we go. Good morning, it's Sunday now. I don't know how many weeks I've been doing this non-stop. I cannot believe it. Honestly, I started this task of getting ready for Open Studios, I thought really early. I thought I was going to be just like finding things to do, filling time, getting back to painting before I went. I have not got time for any of that. The mounting of everything just took so long, but now it's done. Probably never ever going to do work on paper again. Yeah, yesterday I did the last few mounts, I think. I've got one more piece I'm looking at that's too big to fit in anything, but I could surface mount it. Anyway, that's possibly a task for another day if I have time. At the moment, oh, we're joined by a squinty cat who's just woken up. Meow. Yeah, I've got all of these pieces out here and I'm about to price everything up, and I've started working out what's going to go on what racks, what fits on where, and that sort of thing. I think my prints are looking lovely. I'm so happy with my prints. Yeah, so I'm about to get the labels out. Yeah, so these pieces I'm starting to go through and decide what to charge for them. They look so much better with their frames. Now they're all mounted. That was definitely a job worth doing, I think, even though it was quite expensive, all these adding up in one go. These are the Spirit Within collection. These are, I'm going to call this my Enchanted collection. These are all the fairies. Which fairy have we got? This one. Right, so I'm going to find my labels and crack on with this task now. So I've actually abandoned that one for now. It's been about 3 weeks since I did anything on it. And because I've just been so busy with all my framing and mounting for Open Studios. I had wanted to get all these done before then and take them along with me, but there was just no chance, did not have the time. Now almost ready. I've got 3 days to go and I've still got some paintings I really wanted to take along to the Open Studios. So these are just ones with small tweaks. I am going to be covering up the writing here. I might try and haze out this horizon line. It's very harsh at the moment. I might try and just sort of soften that a little bit, but really apart from that I'm really happy with this one. So there's not much to do. I've got time just about for it to dry and varnish and then take with me. So the main reason for these changes were because I've changed my mind about the poems again. So first of all, when I started my first portfolio of work, I did hide the poems that I'd written, or the words I'd written that went with them. And then I thought, actually, maybe that's annoying. So then I did them so that the poems showed. And now I've changed my mind again, and I prefer the words to be hidden. So it's like a little bit of a surprise as people spend a bit more time looking at the paintings, and then they discover the words when they look a little closer. Not perfect, but I think that would do. With a tablecloth, of course. Two days to go, and I keep getting distracted by the Kylie documentary on Netflix. I think the rest of it's going to have to wait till I get back though, which is annoying. Oh, the memories, the memories. So I have just tested out my two tables, which are tiny. I thought they were 6-foot tables. Turns out they are not, but it does at least mean my tablecloth fits over both of them just. One end still shows the legs, which is a bit unfortunate, so I think I'd take another bit of material or tablecloth to cover the end, because the legs aren't exactly pretty. Yeah, I couldn't find my blue silk one that I used to use for the fairy festival. I don't know, it's probably in a pile of fabric somewhere, but at least that one fits. And then I think I'm going to use this white crochet one over our camper van table, which I haven't got out. I'm going to just trust some things. So I've just found a plank, because I'm going to use 2 wooden boxes to create a little bit of height. Oh, they're so narrow, these tables. I'm really gutted that they're not better tables. I could do with more levels really, but I haven't got anything else that will fit in my car. Well, I can't think of anything else that I've got actually at all. I'm going to have my 2 decorative easels to do the big pieces of art, but I think I'm just going to do, well, yeah, this plank I've just found needs a good clean, so I'm going to do that next. Get the wooden boxes down, which is going to be a pain because I've got all my canvas boards that I bought in bulk on top of them. I've got 35 minutes before choir, so I don't know where today has gone. I really don't. These marks are just not coming off, and there's a teacup stain here that I can't get off, and all these marks here. So, oops, I found another one. I can't remember what these are from. They must have been shelves or something from some furniture or other, but I found this one which might be slightly better. So I'm going to try again, and if not, I'll have to paint it. Solution, I have a dusky pink runner in linen, which looks very nice. That can cover the shelf, so I don't have time to paint it. So, good. And that will go all right over the purple. Okay, it is the day before I leave, and I'm leaving at midday tomorrow. I've left this too late. I've really procrastinated. I've just drawn out the figure, the photo I'm using as my reference, because I'm down to blimmin' well demonstrate. I was perfectly happy with that choice at the time, because I thought, well, it gives me something to do. Now, of course, I'm stressing about it. Painting live in front of people, yes, a little bit stressful. However, I'm doing the first layers now. Well, I've got to, because I can't make this sort of mess that I do in my first layers at my sister's house. I'm going to do the ink and everything like that, and the wet layers now to dry overnight, and then I'll pack watercolours and gouache. I won't take oil with me. I'm a little bit nervous, but we shall see. So there we are. After that last clip, I was done, and off I went to Kent for the beginning of June for the Southeast Open Studios. I did manage to get everything ready on time, which I am giving myself a pat on the back for doing, because quite often I'm not very good at that. I leave things to the last minute and then really panic. I was panicked and nervous and everything else, but that was more about just showing my work for the first time whilst I was there, whilst I'm standing next to it. So, and actually being there to see people's reactions, I was obviously a little nervous about that. I will fill you in on how it went when it's all done. I'm recording this when I've only done the first weekend, so when I do the June studio vlogs and it's all over, I will let you know how it went. Fingers crossed it went really well, but we shall see. Don't forget, if you're in the area, 18th to the 20th of June, please do come along, and I'll put the link below in the top line of the description so you can find our listing online. And I will see you again very soon. Do take care. Bye.